See shadow, it's all I know. Tell me now, where did you go? I lost the light, looking your eyes. How come you don't let it shine? I see shadow, it's all I know. Tell me now, where did you go? Tell me now, where did you go?
Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your June 2019 1st through 15th reading. I am Princess India. If you are new, and if you're a family, welcome back, my friend. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into you guys' reading. We're going to ask Spirit to give us clear. Why is this backwards? The second chakra. Interesting. Okay. We're going to try that again. We're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and okay. And there's more that's backwards. What's really happening in America? Okay. And we're going to try that again. What's really going on? Why are all those cards backwards? We're going to ask Spirit to give us clear and direct guidance for my Sagittarius for the first 15 days of June. Please, Spirit, anything that they need to know, anything of utmost importance, I ask that come to the forefront in this here reading. I also ask that you give me the ability to interpret these messages in a clear and concise manner. And I thank you in advance, Spirit, because I know you're good for it. And what's not, or whatever. So let's go ahead and jump in, Saggies. We're going to be looking at you as well as a person of interest. And we're going to start with the energy between the two of you for the first 15 days of June. Just wanted to pop out. This is one of the cards that was backwards, by the way. Oh, God, here we go with the sunlight. We have the sixth chakra in the reverse. Archangel Metatron, that's the homie. Underneath the deck, we have the woman holding the heart. So I would say that in reference to love or one's desire for love, one is not utilizing their intuition or not consulting guidance from Spirit in reference to it. This could be a divine partnership and more or less approaching a spiritual connection via 3D means, or needing to consult Spirit in reference to one's love life. Now, what is it that I mean by that? It would be, if you're weighing too heavily on the 3D, it would be negating or neglecting one's own personal development for the sake of love. This may not be something that's conscious, right? But it would be that subconscious thought of, you know, and this has been coming up a lot this month, looking at one's age, looking at the fact that I need to be married, or I should be married by now, or I need to have kids by now, and one's own transformation isn't a priority because it's a work against like one's biological clock, so to speak. This could also be related to, you know, having been in a marriage for a long time and being divorced. And I don't know why Spirit is bringing my attention to someone in their 40s, specifically 44. So between 40 to mid 40s. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of 3D pressure from 3D values that are inhibiting one's personal transformation. So biological clock would be the best word for it. So in other words, it's kind of like Spirit, like would it, and this is so interesting how this happens. What it is that the person wants, they could get if they listen to Spirit. But it's the fact of thinking that if I followed Spirit, then this means that I'm not going to get what it is that I want. So that would be like a partner or kids or marriage or whatever. So it's cutting off one's intuition and trying to do things on your own. So it's following your own pattern or your own plan of action to get a partner, because one feels if they were to listen to what Spirit wanted them to do, Spirit wouldn't give them what it is they're desiring. But it's more or less like when you're connected with Spirit, it's like you're protected as you go out into the world, right? but it's kind of like negating that and going out into the world unprotected. So it's getting into situations that could kind of make matters worse or even inhibit what it is that you're trying to get done in the first place. You feel me? So the first card that we have for Sagittarius or the cross watcher person, and this is so freaking hilarious, dog. All of the cards that were backwards are coming back out. So those must have been for a reason. We have the second chakra in the reverse. Now, that's saying that your sacral is blocked. Now, your sacral, that's the chakra, that's your life force energy, you know? And if you're disconnected, in your third eye, it's like, that makes sense. It's like your life force energy is your creation power. It's your creativity, your sexual energy, so to speak. Or if you just think of the entire fire suit in tarot, you know, your action-oriented, inner masculine principle energy, right? It's like that's being blocked. And your intuition is blocked. So both of these are like a byproduct of each other. So when it comes to birthing new life into something that's expansive, that's not happening. So it's more or less going into deadened situations that's going to beget more deadened things, if that makes sense. But what's really at the heart of this, to be quite honest, is that lack of trust for spirit. Because if you pay attention to what it is that I said before, if I follow what spirit wants me to do, I'm not going to get what I want. So it's the belief that spirit's path for you is in direct opposition to what's best for you, and it's saying that you know what's best for you. So in other words, it's like, you know, oh wow, that's funny. Whoa, okay. We have the first chakra, the root chakra. I was sensing that energy. Because whenever we have a blocked chakra, we always have to go back to the one before it. With the sixth chakra, your third eye being blocked, we go back to the fifth chakra, which is your throat chakra, which is speaking your truth, something that you're not doing. And that's directly related to your first. So we're still talking about core wounds here. Then we have, wow, the deception card, and then we have the door to romance in the reverse. So that pretty much explains what's going on here, peoples. It's a desire for love, but not listening to spirit, right? But the whole reason why love is blocked is because there's a level of self-deception that's intricately related to a first chakra wound, which is usually your core wounds, where you're like repeating the same mistakes over and over again. And that's the thing where, let me see how I can say this. That's the thing where this has been coming out in everybody's readings, but it's where we can see self-fulfilling prophecies, defeatist mindsets manifest. And that's the reason why it's like I keep saying how this is panning out. It's like, I don't trust that spirit's going to give me what I want, right? Because I'm not saying that this is a conscious mindset, because of course I feel like ego would totally reject this, because it's like, I'm not doing that's nothing like I'm doing. But the thing is that this is a program that the mind is running on that's intricately related to a past wound, and of course ego feeling as if it knows what's best for the self, right? So in other words, if I follow, and this is hypothetical just so I can get this out to make it make sense, if I follow this whole spiritual self-development path, time is passing, right? Hypothetically, I'm in my 40s. I need to get married. I need to have kids. Time is running out. I don't have time for all of this, non-tangible, like go within, find myself, and all this other kind of, I don't have time for all of that because time is running out for me, right? So that's when we make the decision of, I don't want to hear that because I need to be with someone. Like if spirit was really answering my prayers, they would send me someone to be with because they would know that time is running out for me. So that's when we step outside of the protection, and now we're doing what's best for us because we feel we know better than spirit does. And that's just the reality of the situation. One may not consciously think that, but at the root of it, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going out into the world trying to find someone because I feel the thing that's missing in my life is the fact that I don't have someone, right? That's my problem. Nothing else is wrong in my life. I just need to have a partner, right? So when we're shutting off what our intuition is saying, that causes backup. So now we're not speaking our truth. We're not transforming, right? This is going all the way back down to the second chakra, which is blocked because of the first. Because the whole point of the spiritual path that Spirit was leading this person to go on was to heal this wound, to clear all blocks so that they could be able to get what it is that they want. But because the person isn't willing to submit to this transformative path, it's more or less deceiving themselves, and you're keeping yourself farther away from what it is that you want. So it's more or less, it all starts with a distrust of Spirit is pretty much what I'm seeing. So I don't even know how to say that. It's like trying to do things on your own you think is going to get you to where you're trying to go, but it's actually taking you farther away. If you would have followed the spiritual path, you would have got what you wanted in your healing. But now it's like you don't have healing, and then you don't have a person, if that makes sense. Because it's a level of self-deception, which is all ego-based, because it's the ego saying that it knows better than divine guidance. It's pretty much what I'm saying here, right? Now, do I think that this is something that's happening right now? No. I think this is pretty much like a forewarning of if someone is watching this and they're feeling a level of frustration, this would probably be the path that you would be about to step down. And this is more or less giving you a heads up to not go that route, if that's making sense, right? That's interesting. But the whole thing is, it goes back to the same theme that's been happening a lot this month, and it's all about attracting what you are. It's like as long as we deceive ourselves, we're going to continuously draw people to us who are deceiving themselves and will thus deceive us as well. You know what I'm saying? So this is about learning a lesson on what it is you're really asking for. And it's like, not straddling the fence. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you got to pick one or the other. You know what I'm saying? What's more important to you? Is a relationship more important to you than your own self-development? Is your self-development something that we're just going to toss back till later? Like once I get a partner, because that's like the first thing that I heard. It's like, I'll focus on myself once I get a partner. But it's like a partner is outweighing like one's own value. So and I don't know why Spirit is going this direction with these dog, but it is what it is. And just about every single reading I've done up to this point, it's been Spirit being very clear and direct with people, of being real about what you're doing and where you're at. It's like, if you value relationships over yourself, you need to admit that to yourself and go down that path. So it's kind of like those elusive little thought patterns that we have, where the truth of it, like how I said, the truth of this thought process is you literally don't trust Spirit and don't believe Spirit has your best interest at heart. It's like a need for things like that to be said, for you to be aware of where you're at. Because I feel where the deception is coming in is by doing these things or having these thoughts about things and not really thinking about what you're thinking about or what that's really saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, to the untrained ear, it's like, I'm this particular age, I'm not married and I don't have kids, my time is running out. You're right. You should be out there. That makes total sense, right? But the thing is that if you're living a spiritual lifestyle and if your intuition is telling you to go in another direction, what you're really saying is that you know what's better for you more than Spirit does. And there's nothing wrong with that one way or the other, because we all have free will. But the whole point is of why Spirit is bringing these messages up for a lot of people is not to even tell you that it's right or wrong, right? Because it's not about it being right or wrong. It's just about, like, be real about your shit. Like, that's literally what it is. Be real about what you're doing. It's not about saying, ooh, that's bad, you shouldn't do that. Nah, it's like, if you feel you know better than spirit, then admit that and live your best life. You feel what I'm saying? It's not a point to say like, ooh, shame on you and you're going to be chastised for that. It's not that at all. It's just bringing people to a sobering reality. It's like, if you're going to do something, then be a G and be real about what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. It's like taking personal accountability for the choices that we're making. But the energy that I feel really heavy, which is why I keep repeating this, but I'm about to pull for you guys person of interest, is like the energy I feel very heavily is a woman who values relationships over everything else. Like the most important, like this person, I mean, it could be man or woman, whatever, but is this person spends more time and energy and thoughts on relationships than anything else, than a hobby, than a job, family, kids, friends. Majority of their thoughts are about a partner. Majority of everything they do is for a partner. So that could be all the way down to why we go to the gym, why we have a life coach, why we're getting our finances in order. You know what I'm saying? Why we wear our hair the way that we do, why we dress the way that we dress, because all of it is an acquisition to getting a partner. And again, it's not making a judgment on whether that's good or bad, but I'm being like, there's an unction for me to draw attention to just how much it's almost borderlining on an obsession of where having a romantic partner is more important than anything else in this person's life. But the person wouldn't see it that way, right? But I don't know, I guess me saying that would be a light bulb or something of seeing how having a partner, and I don't know, that would probably mean more to the person than it would to me. But it's just like how having a partner, if you look at it like a pie chart, getting a partner, thinking about a partner, like a past partner, present partner, or a future partner, that if we looked at a pie chart, it would take up probably 85% of the chart. You feel what I'm saying? But in everything that is being done in the direction of transformation is solely for the acquisition of a partner. And it's something about that this person would have to notice or come into the awareness of, because it's a level of self-deception and a disconnect from spirit because of that, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So let's pull cards for you guys, person of interest. That's interesting. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Seriously? That is way too many cards, dog. I don't know why this has so much of it. It's like the energy I feel doing this, it's like a very serious overtone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I joke with my friends about this. It's like when we get messages sometimes, it's like it's a different frequency that it comes at. And it's like the energy I'm feeling right now, I call it Daddy God, right? It's like, this is when the authoritarian voice comes in like, brr, 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 and it's like, whoa, damn, okay, we done messed up what we did. We done messed up big time. Uh-oh. You know? And because it's like, I feel over me, it's like a very serious, like, authoritative emperor type of energy that I feel. That's odd. Okay, person of interest. First card that we have is man holding the heart. That's not a bad thing. Next, we have the fifth chakra. Whew, boy. If this is going the way that it seems like it's going, oh, bruh. Because what this is looking like is a gentleman who lives from their heart space and speaks their truth. So this person would be authentic in alignment with the truth of who they are. We have the garden and the gate. We have action in the reverse. Oh, Lord to be. All right. I see where this is going. Remember how I said if you listen to spirit, you would get healed and get what it is that you want? This is why. There's a person who's an authentic person who lives from their heart space. I got the vibe that this person got a little Pisces Cancer going on here, right? It's like a little tender dude, you know what I'm saying? But this person is authentic and they live from their heart space. They speak their truth. So it's like their life in essence is their message, right? But this person is not taking any action towards you, right? Whether this is Sagittarius or the cross watcher. Because, you know, I tell y'all that cross watchers sometimes resonate more on this side than they do on this side. So sometimes the person you're cross watching for will resonate more on the side of the person of interest for my Sagittarius, right? Because usually the person you're cross watching for ain't subscribed to me, you know? But anyway. But with this person, this is a person who lives in alignment with their truth. But there's a blockage between you and this person. And guess who the blockage is, right? So it's the simple fact that trying to do things of your own volition, exactly how I said before, like making the decision to do stuff the way that you think it should be done and completely cutting off your intuition because you think spirit not going to give you what you want. This is what it is that you would be getting. But it's like... And how I'm seeing it is more or less this person living their truth, they would recognize someone who's also living their truth. But when you step out of alignment, you're now living a lie, right? You're not living your truth because you're out of alignment. You know what I'm saying? So when we're deceiving ourselves, we thus in turn deceive other people. So here's a person who's authentic, who wants to be in alignment. I mean, who wants to be with someone who's in alignment. But if we're not in alignment, and these two people would be people who are a perfect match, because it's two people who are willing to give their hearts, right? But the key is over here. If you're not being honest with yourself or you're not healing, how could you possibly give your whole heart to someone? You know what I'm saying? You would inadvertently be giving the person deception, right? This person wants someone who's willing to give wholeheartedly, right? Somebody who's learned from their experiences and is given love from a healed place. Now, what this is saying to me is that you guys have all of the tools to be that, because this wouldn't be coming up. Like a person like this would not be coming up in your energy if you weren't already equipped to do it. But what this feels like to me is a person who got tired and like quit before the miracle. It makes me think of what card is this? It's the, oh wow, I think it's one of the sacral chakra cards in this deck. Where is it? It makes me think of this card. Perseverance. Where is it at? Ah, that's it. Don't quit before the miracle. Shannon's carrot-colored cloak is a gift from a famous stage actress, and she wears it always as a symbol of her own talent. One day, frustrated by the sacrifices she has made in her long pursuit of success, Shannon throws off the cloak and gives up her acting career. The great goddess tries to convince Shannon to put the cloak back on and stay the course, but she doesn't listen. Just around the corner, had she persevered, was great success. When we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest order. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. What you work toward will materialize. You may not see it, but it lies ahead. Can I ignore the feelings that would sidetrack me? Will I let go of fear and persevere? That is the energy that I'm feeling here. It's like this is a person like how they said she made so many sacrifices. It's like the little cloak that she wore was a representation of her talent. So I'm more or less seeing this as someone on their spiritual journey. But it's like, having been on this journey and making so many sacrifices for so long and nothing came from it, it's like a person got tired and quit and you decided to go your own way, right? But it's like, if, and I'm not saying this in the sense of like you missed out on this person. That's why I say it's like, I feel like this is a person whose literally foot is pivoting in a turn in the direction away from the path that you've been on. But the thing that I'm saying is, if you regress back to ego self thinking that you know what's best because your spiritual path hasn't worked up to this point, you could miss out on the opportunity of this person because it's blocked right now. And the reason why it's blocked is because you're not in your rightful position. Why? Because you stepped outside of flow. So that's why I always stress the importance of flow. When you're in flow, when you're moving with the universe, it's like people can come to each other and cross your path as they need to. But when you stagnate and you pull yourself out of flow, this person could be moving towards you and you would miss them. So the whole reason why I feel like this message is coming up is because it's like right now, it's almost like as a courtesy, this person is blocked. And whatever it is that they're stuck in a situation right now to give you time to get yourself back in alignment so y'all can cross paths. But that's all on you if you want to do that or not. I'm just saying. So anyway, I love your face. We're going to go ahead and throw out the dice of resonance. So for you guys, I really feel that this is a new person that's coming in. Y'all would probably be the first ones this month. I didn't pull up on no type of past people energy. This feels like an entirely new person that's coming in. The only way that I could see this being someone from your past is this would be someone that this would either have to be like, this would have to be somebody who, and I hate to say it that way, it would have to be someone that I think you think is more in alignment than you are. And I know that would be a lot for somebody to say. But, or someone, I think whatever changes they made, it would have to be shocking to you. Almost unfathomable if this would be someone from your past. But this sounds to me like somebody new. I would be very shocked if this was someone from your past, to be quite honest. And my phone's dying. But I'm going to go ahead and throw the dice of resonance. And we're going to look more into this person in the Lurkers Lounge. Because I'm going to try to decipher if... Because I don't know. I don't feel a vibe that this is somebody from your past. But I mean, who knows? But I'm going to pull some more cards on them in the Lurkers Lounge to try to get some more information and details. And see if I can get some initials and stuff for you guys. So I'm going to toss out the dice of resonance. If you want to ask a yes or no question, go ahead and formulate that now. My sweet precious, you know I'm saying, and whatnot or whatever. And then we're going to go over to Vimeo. Ha! I said it. No way. I might be psychic. Cancer and Pisces came out. Did I not say that I felt the vibe that this dude was like a Cancer or a Pisces or something? Mr. I'm all in my feelings. I be living all deep in things and I be feeling stuff and whatnot or whatever. Wow. Okay. Cancer, Pisces. The answer to your question is yes. And then we have Venus or female. And then we have family. So Pisces, Cancer, Venus or female, yes, and family. Wow. That's what's hot in the streets. But anyway, that's been your reading, Sag. I will go over to Vimeo. If you're about that life, meet me over there. If not, I love your freaking face. And I will see you guys sooner than later. Deuces.
Energy. About to get in and fuck up the industry.